And here we have the dominant understory shrub, which is Rhododendron maximum. Absolutely amazing. Dense coverage of the understory here. Here's a close-up of the Rhododendron maximum. You can see why they call it that. Look how big those leaves are. Alright, those are some of the smaller ones that they have over there. See much bigger ones. It's a bit early for the flowers in this one. Here's a nice example of Anemone quinquefolia, the wood anemone, a member of our spring ephemerals. You should be able to find that everywhere, along the eastern half of the United States at least. Here's a species of white violet. There are two. I think there's the Viola blanda, and I'm not quite sure I remember the other one. But this one here has roundish leaves. Maybe the younger ones look like they have heart-shaped leaves. The auricles, or the ends of the leaf, overlap there, overlap over here, and flowers, on top of just being white, have these purple stripes on the lower petals. I believe Viola blanda will grow a little bit taller and would have more markings on it, but as well as having a very strong sweet smell. Sweet white violet, Viola blanda. But this one, I do believe, is not Viola blanda. Instead, I think this is the Canada violet, or Viola canadensis. This is yellow fairy bells, Prosartes languinosa, with opposite leaves. Okay, sessile opposite leaves. They really don't have a little stem on the base of the leaf, and the flowers are kind of star-shaped there. In the lily family. Very nice. Look at that. The flowers, one at the end of each of the growing stems or axils. Very nice. Here's a species you might recognize if you're familiar with weeds, but it's only slightly different. It's better than the regular weed. This is the, it is a chickweed, but this is Stellaria puberula, with the longer sepals, longer petals, and more of them than the common chickweed that we get in weedy places. Isn't that pretty? It reminds me of the starflower. Yeah, that's nice. Let's look over here. Ooh, nice. This looks like early Meadow-rue. I wonder if they have any flowers. Nope, this one doesn't have it. The neighbors have some very loud dogs. Anyway, here is blue cohosh. Right, with compound leaves, which subdivide at the terminus, and panicled spray of flowers. Panicled inflorescence. Let's get a closer look. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what color to call that. Purple, orange, brown, yellow, somewhere in between those colors. Yeah. So the inflorescence is terminal, and it branches into a panicle, and you could have much more than what we see in flower here. It's just maybe 20 or 30% of the flowers are open right now. Blue cohosh. Cauliphyllum phallictroides. It kind of looks like Thalictrum, the anemones. Not the anemones, the rue anemones, or meadow-rues. Kind of looks like it belongs in that family. So I have blue cohosh. What looks like it's going to be turned into a lily here. Yellow fairy bells. This one over here seems to have 2 flowers. They're coming out in pairs. And we're still surrounded by trilliums. Here's Trillium erectum, the red form. There's the white form over here. Whole bunch of those. Here is a treat. I remember there being a lot more of this about 9 years ago on this area, in this area here. This is foam flower, Tiarella cordifolia. In New York, if you want to see this, you have to pay an entry fee to New York Botanical Gardens and go to the native garden section, which is amazing. I highly recommend it. Here's a better look at the leaves. Cordifolia, right? Heart-shaped. There are those flowers. This is a small specimen. They can get much more impressive. Here's what looks like Viola hastata. It's one of our yellow violets. These are kind of difficult to ID without a key. I'm doing this without any keys on hand. And there's Trillium erectum again. We have the star chickweed hiding back there. This is probably blue cohosh and a Christmas fern. And a Christmas fern. And oh yeah, lots and lots of orchids. This is a small population, actually. I'd say about 20 or 30 individuals. And this is Galliaris spectabilis. Okay. None of them are in flower. I wonder why. If they're going to, or they passed. I think they haven't even tried yet. And like I said, 9 years ago, they were in flower in mid-April. It was just a really warm year that year. I don't know. But it's really awesome to find these. Here's one. I have pictures of this in flower from 9 years ago, so maybe I'll post it in the video or insert it into the video. You guys can see the beautiful pinkish to purplish flowers with white. It's amazing. And along the fallen log, you see Tiarella cordifolia with the little tuft of white flowers. Some geranium, violas, Solomon seal, trilliums, and of course this orchid, Galliaris spectabilis.